Hey everybody, I'm back with another process video. And for this layout, I am scrapbooking this picture of Corinne and her grandpa Mac. His nickname is Mac. And he came down for Corinne's 7th birthday party we had at a park. It was a superhero themed party. And we made masks as part of the party. So Grandpa made a mask and played along with the kids. He's just such a fun guy. So I'll have a little bit more about that story here in just a second. So I decided to do a little bit of mixed media on my layout, and I tend not to do a lot of mixed media on my layout, my scrapbook layouts. I don't know why that is. I have all the products to do it, and I definitely need to do these techniques a lot more. So I prep the paper with some gesso that is completely optional, but it does help your product to spread around on your page. So I'm using what has come to be known as the packaging technique. I had a little bit of Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Mint Green, a little bit of water to dilute that product just a tiny bit so that it will go on the page a little bit more easily than if I would have just sprayed it directly on the page. It just kind of smooths around the page a bit. Then I'm going to come in and sprinkle some Heidi Swapp Mist in gold. And what I'm going for is more of a watercolor kind of splattered look. Now, none of this is going to look good to me until the very, very end of this process. And of course, I'm impatient, so I can't wait for those to dry. So I'm going to dab it off with my little towel there. And now I'm coming back in with some of the Heidi Swapp Color Shine Mint Green Mist and create that mixed media background. Now I'm going to create some layers using some of the pieces from the Maggie Holmes ephemera pack by Crate Paper, and there's a bunch of beautiful tags and flowers and other ephemera there. And I decided instead of using any pattern paper, this was just going to be the texture cardstock that I used for my background or for the base of my layout, and then I was going to layer other things under as well as on top of my photo. So I add this tag. This is Yes to New Adventures. They were getting ready to do what we call superhero training, where the kids kind of competed in an obstacle course. So Granddad decided that he was going to do the same, and he did pretty good. So that was him and Corinne lining up, waiting their turn to go on the obstacle course, which was super fun. Now I'm adding some foam there to the back so I can give my photo a little bit of height on the page and a little bit of foam squares there to a flower that I added. Now I'm going to change up this layer just a little bit. I thought I was going to use this gold heart, again by Maggie Holmes, and I end up putting a bunch of butterflies on here so the heart just looked misplaced. So I'm going to take that heart off. I'm having a look at these chenille wood buttons. I'm going to come back to that because my attention is diverted to these chipboard stickers by Thickers. And you can see me sort of moving this butterfly around the page, and ultimately I decided that butterfly is going to go there at the top. And then I'm looking for something that's going to go to the side. Now that little black and white banner and the gold heart will disappear momentarily. I'm going to change that up because I decided after all that just was a little bit too much. Now that top butterfly, I needed to add just a tiny bit more dimension. So I'm going to add some foam squares to the right side of that butterfly just to pop the butterfly up just a little bit. Now I'm going to take this pattern piece of paper that has a bunch of cameras printed all over the page, and this is another Maggie Holmes design, and I believe that the collection's called Chasing Dreams. Very fun paper. So I'm going to fussy cut out this camera. I'm going to end up putting that to the right hand side of the photo right underneath the butterfly, and I think that's going to go there just fine. I liked it because of the black and white element there, just kind of added something different to the top. Okay, so now I decide I want to fussy cut some of these butterflies, and that was my intention when I got this kit, that I was going to cut out these butterflies and use them as embellishments. And actually this entire layout was composed of the butterflies that I fussy cut and some of the ephemera and other embellishments. So no pattern paper was used on this layout. Now I want to pop up these butterflies with some foam squares here in a second to kind of give the impression that they're sort of flying across the page in a diagonal fashion. So I cut out yet another one because I can't stop. I wanted an even number of butterflies on the page just for visual interest. Pop that one up on foam squares there. Going to do that one just the same. And tuck him a little bit behind the top butterfly there to the right hand side. Now I'm trying to make an effort not to cover up my background that I've done that mixed media work on because that's one of my pet peeves. So I think that's one of the reasons why I decided to sort of limit the embellishing on here, because it was busy enough and I did not want to cover up the mixed media, because what's the point? So now you see me add those chenille wood buttons, wood frame buttons, which are super cute. I want to accent those butterflies and add a little bit more texture. Now I'm deciding I need to add a bit of foam dots or foam squares to the back of that bottom chipboard butterfly. Some of my favorites. I love the chipboard thickers, ephemera and stickers. Those are great. Now I want to add this other little chipboard piece, and it says delight in the everyday moments, because my father-in-law is the type of man who he wasn't big on his career. He was in the military, he's career military, and he's retired from the Air Force. And he worked to support his family, but work was work, and he lived for coming home to be with his kids. And the same is for his grandchildren. He loves, loves, loves to hang out with his grandchildren. And so he will get in all the fun, the birthday fun, Christmas fun, anything. And he just absolutely loves it, because that's what he enjoys so much, and I so admire that. I always tell Aubrey that she has the most amazing dad. I wish that I had a dad like him. So he treats me just like I'm his own. He gives the best hugs. He's so sweet, and he adores Corinne, and she just loves her grandparents. She's got 5 grandparents who just absolutely adore her. Very lucky little girl. So I add this die cut word that says hello, and at first I wasn't going to use it because I just feel that the word hello is just overused in scrapbooking. But it was there, and I needed to use it because otherwise I just wouldn't. And then I'm going to spell the word super, so the title's going to read Hello Supers, because of course we were superheroes at this birthday party, which was super fun. Look at me being punny. I'm going to draw some lines for journaling, and the journaling is going to read, at your 7th birthday party, Grandpa Mac decided to get in on the action, mask at the ready, prep for superhero training. Grandpa is quite the funny character and loves spending time with you, and he really does. He's a hysterical guy. Okay, so now I want to stamp on the date, and I'm trying to decide where I want it, and I didn't really want it there, and after I did, I'm like, I don't want it there, but you know what, it's there, and it's done. So here is the final layout. I love this collection. I love these butterflies. They're so beautiful, and I felt it was a perfect embellishment to use on this layout since we were outside and it was a great day, and you know, butterflies fly and some superheroes do too, so there you go. And of course I wanted to capture this moment between my father-in-law and my little girl. Alright, so don't forget to check out the Victoria Marie blog for more information about this layout. Also check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Thanks for stopping by. Be sure to subscribe.